The truth about getting better at wrestling for Jiu-Jitsu has completely changed in 2025. If you're doing BJJ, wrestling for Jiu-Jitsu is a completely different sport. It's not NCAA wrestling, it's not freestyle wrestling, and it's not Greco-Roman wrestling. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's so difficult to take down the crappy BJJ guys. Clearly, that is not the case. I'm one of the biggest supporters of the fact that most Jiu-Jitsu guys are extremely easy to take down. But we're not talking about most Jiu-Jitsu guys here. We're talking about the 1%ers. Now, first, we have to define what is a takedown in Jiu-Jitsu. Now, for wrestling, a takedown is I get your hips, your knees, or your back to the mat. In Jiu-Jitsu, that's not the case, especially when you're talking about at the highest level, particularly ADCC, where in order to score a takedown, you have to pin your partner's hips to the mat or take their back for 3 seconds in order to score a takedown. Now, as easy to use as this sounds, it's actually really freaking hard. This is coming from me, a guy who's wrestled his whole life, who's competed in a lot of ADCC rule set events. So, if it's so difficult to score an ADCC rule set, what are some things that we should focus on? Number one, we should be focused on takedowns that take you straight to the back. Anything else is pretty much extra, right? You can use duck unders, slide bys, even double legs where you crawl back up to the back, snap downs, arm drags, etc., etc. We need to focus on takedowns that get us from the feet to our partner's back with minimal risk of getting guillotined. The next, focus on takedowns that get you connected to the hips. Body locks, I guess double unders in general, inside trips, even big throws, right? I need to connect either my hip to their hip or connect my body to their hips using either throws, trips, or more upper body takedowns, right? So if I can get connected chest to chest, hip to hip, or chest to back, now we got takedowns that are gonna be a lot easier to score in Jiu-Jitsu with less risk of getting submitted. Now that we know what kind of takedowns to focus on, what else should we be doing? Well, obviously, one of the biggest risks for Jiu-Jitsu takedowns are guillotines, kimuras, and people rolling into leg locks. Now, so how do we get better at those things? You gotta put yourself in those things. You have to drill escapes. Well, maybe not drill. I don't actually like the drill. But you have to put yourself in those situations. Maybe have a partner start in on a guillotine. Have your partner start in with kimura trap. Have your partner start in on legs and learn how to escape those things, because inevitably what stops most people from having successful takedowns is the fear of counters. And those fears are very, very real. You should be scared, because if those counters happen and your partner is really, really good at them, you are going to be submitted. Remember, this is takedowns for Jiu-Jitsu, not takedowns for wrestling, and we're talking about competing against and taking down the best guys in Jiu-Jitsu. And most guys, if they just know you're so much better, yes, they're gonna pull, but you better really watch out for the guys who don't pull on you, especially when they know you're a wrestler. That means they're cooking something good for yourself, so you better be ready to escape leg locks, prevent kimura trap, and definitely defend the guillotine. Finally, after it's all is said and done, you gotta work turtle. Turtle. Obviously, defensively, you need to work turtle, but offensively, you need to work turtle, because these guys at ADCC, ADCC Opens, ADCC Trials, and ADCC Worlds, they are so damn hard to score on from turtle. So a very big focus of mine, even still, I've been doing Jiu-Jitsu for 4 years, and I've been doing ADCC competitions since I started doing Jiu-Jitsu, has been attacking the turtle. That's why it looks like it's easy for me to take the back when I'm competing against guys, because I've done so many dang turtle rounds, right? The emphasis is scoring from turtle. I don't know if you guys know, but if I get to turtle, if you take me down and I get to turtle, after 3 seconds, I'm allowed to pull, meaning all that hard work you did to do the takedown means nothing. So you gotta be good at scoring from turtle, and you have to be willing to take the back within that 3 seconds. You have to be ready to go, break your partner down to the hip, get a hook in, and threaten chokes, because if you can't do that, it doesn't matter how many times you double leg someone. If they can just square up, or if they can just pull back into you, then you wasted a lot of energy. All right, guys, these are some of the big differences between takedowns in wrestling and takedowns in BJJ, in particular takedowns for ADCC rule sets, which in my opinion are the hardest takedowns to score. ADCC rule set is the toughest for a reason, or for that reason. It's the toughest for a rule set with points, right? It's extremely, extremely tough. 3 minutes, no points, 3 minutes, points. And in this video, I try to give you guys some good value here. I try to be short and to the point. Focus on takedowns that are going to help you prevent submissions, and focus on taking the back. Thank you.